Boots is the best welterweight in the world. I mean, tell me a better welterweight than Boots Ennis. Impossible.
Eddie Hearn says Terence Crawford's ducking Jaron "Boots" Ennis, claiming Crawford's too old and spooked to step up against the young gun. Jaron Ennis is on a mission to prove he's the real deal by challenging the top contenders in his weight class, with Terence Crawford at the forefront. Boots missed the opportunity to face Crawford before Crawford moved up to super welterweight this year, vacating his undisputed status and allowing Ennis to capture the IBF title. Despite holding the belt, Ennis remains eager for a showdown with Crawford and is considering a move to the 154-pound division to make it happen. Meanwhile, promoter Eddie Hearn is not too sure about Terence Crawford making the jump to junior middleweight.
I keep saying, these great fighters will only get beat when they move too high up the divisions. I hope it's on 154. You know, he moves to 60, he moves to 68.
Keep hoping.
You know.
Your heart gonna be broken again.
Well, my heart's been broken before, and you know, you done it. You broke my heart in Glasgow once. You broke my heart with Ndongo.
Eddie Hearn's hinting that Crawford might look to fight Boots in the next 6 to 12 months, seeing it as the mega fight he needs to make big waves.
He knows how dangerous that fight is, and Crawford, Crawford knows how dangerous the Boots, and he knows it won't pay the money that the risk warrants just yet, but maybe in 6 to 12 months, maybe that's the mega.
Eddie Hearn's saying Crawford might steer clear of fighting Jaron "Boots" Ennis because the risk outweighs the reward. He points out that Crawford knows Boots is a real threat with serious skills, so the fight doesn't look too appealing at the moment. Eddie says, if Boots beats Crawford, he breaks him 100%. Too good, too young, too fresh. And Crawford knows it. He's aware of the risk, and that's why he's not going to rush into that fight, at least not now. Crawford's no dummy. He's looking at the chessboard and thinking long term. Earlier, Eddie Hearn called out Terence Crawford for not facing Boots Ennis, who he's hyping as the top welterweight in the world.
It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Boots is the best welterweight in the world. I mean, tell me a better welterweight than Boots Ennis. Impossible. There isn't one. So, he's the best welterweight in the world. I mean, we just finished a FaceTime with His Excellency, who asked me.
In a tweet addressing the comments about the best fighter, Crawford takes a shot at Eddie Hearn for calling Boots Ennis the top fighter. Crawford suggests that Hearn's praise reveals double standards and expresses doubt about Ennis's world-class status, questioning the consistency and fairness of Hearn's endorsement. Furthermore, professional boxer Rob Acosta weighs in, acknowledging the common view that Crawford has the upper hand against Boots. However, Acosta believes Boots would come out on top, highlighting his power, youth, speed, and overall skill set.
You know what I'm saying? He still will stop Crawford. Boots is far too strong, too young, too fast, too mobile. Angles are too good.
Rob Acosta says comparing past fights isn't fair since every fight's got its own vibe. Acosta's not worried about who gets hit more, but how they bounce back. He respects Crawford's reputation, but feels Boots deserves his due. It's not about fear. It's about making the fight right for both sides. Fans often get it twisted, thinking there's beef or fear where there isn't any. Acosta added, "No one's scared, bro. This isn't a street situation. Crawford and Boots aren't scared of each other. It's all about the business side. If the money's right, they fight. Fighters aren't scared of other fighters. They fought the best for free in the amateurs, and they'll fight anyone when it makes sense." In addition, former professional boxer Roy Jones Jr. says the real showdown is Crawford versus Boots, a classic clash between the hungry young gun and the seasoned vet.
The real fight is him and Jaron Ennis, because Jaron is young and up and coming, and you want to see the old dog versus the young dog, because that's always a great battle, because the young dog has youth on his side, the old dog has knowledge on his side, so it's like, which one gonna prevail that night?
Roy's hyped about Jaron Ennis stepping up to challenge Terence Crawford, noting Ennis's skills and rise in the game. He's impressed by Ennis's power and momentum, and thinks he's got what it takes to push Crawford hard. While Roy gives Crawford a slight edge for being a longtime top dog, he's all in on the idea that Ennis will bring a serious test and show if Crawford can keep his crown against a hungry, skilled up-and-comer. Roy Jones Jr. added, "With Ennis, he ain't gonna be the smaller man. They're gonna probably be about the same. I really see him in a fight where he's about the same. But see him in a fight with Canelo, he's gonna give up such a size advantage. I like both fights for him, but personally, I want to see the Ennis fight. It's more competitive because of the size difference. It ain't a big size gap." Additionally, former professional boxer George Mosey points out that Crawford looked good against Spence, but Boots is a whole new challenge. Mosey's not calling it, but he gives a nod to Boots for being ready to throw down.
Now, if that is what's next, yeah, I think he's ready. Crawford fans are going to say what Crawford fans are going to say. Boots fans are going to say what they're going to say. It's just an opinion. At the end of the day, we never know. So you can say, okay, if that was Crawford, he wouldn't have been able to take those shots. Well, can Crawford take the shots that Boots was laying out? You know what I mean? Do we know? And at the end of the day, nowadays, it's what have you done for me lately? So everybody is basing everything off Crawford's last performance against Spence, which was amazing.
George Mosey says both Crawford and Boots have their flaws, but can handle the heat. He gives props to Crawford for his show against Spence, but warns that Boots is a real threat with his own strengths. Mosey thinks the fight should go down eventually, but suggests Boots might need a bit more experience and cash before taking on Crawford. Mosey added, Crawford's looking to unify at 154. Boots is looking to unify at 147, so we could possibly see this is a situation if everything goes perfect. Undisputed versus undisputed. Furthermore, professional boxer Danny Garcia believes Boots Ennis has the skills and hunger to face Crawford, making it an exciting matchup.
The 54 and they met at 54. How do you think that?
I mean, that's the fight the fans really want to see. That makes more sense. They're more the same size. I would love to see that fight. You know, Boots is a young, hungry fighter from Philadelphia, and he got so much to prove. And he just wants to fight the best. He wants to get in the ring with the best. He don't care who it is, where it is. So, you know, I would love to see that fight too.
Garcia is all about Jaron Boots Ennis, the young Philly fighter with big ambitions. He says Boots is hungry and ready to take on any challenge, and with his skills and talent, he's a serious threat to top dogs like Terence Crawford. Similarly, former professional boxer Bernard Hopkins says Boots Ennis versus Crawford is a super fight that everyone's been waiting for. It's going to be highly anticipated and packed with hype.
I'll tell you, I would want to make, and that's a good question. I would want to make Crawford and Boots Ennis.
I like that fight.
Philadelphia.
I like that fight.
Today.
Philadelphia. Ooh.
Hopkins points out that both Boots Ennis and Crawford are top-tier fighters. Boots brings mad technical skills and agility, while Crawford's got versatility and power. This matchup would be fire, sparking huge interest from fans. With both fighters having solid followings, a fight between them would blow up with excitement and hype. Former professional boxer Andre Ward compares Jaron Ennis' situation to other top fighters, noting that Crawford has consistently fought high-level opponents, while Ennis has not yet had the same opportunities.
I'm not saying they don't, but they got to get a plan. They got to kind of fast-track him because the skill level is there. World-class talent, world-class ability, just need the opportunity. So I don't think he's far off. I just think the timing right now with somebody like Crawford and Spence, they're not interested, and I don't think you could really knock them. And some people say, well, how you gonna say that about Canelo but not Crawford? It's a difference, bro. Terence Crawford fought the best dude in the division. Did he not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Ward explains that although Crawford has reportedly made offers to Ennis, there is some uncertainty about these offers and their authenticity. He notes that Ennis's team has publicly expressed a desire for the fight, but the specifics of the situation remain unclear. Ward acknowledges that while Ennis is highly talented and his time will eventually come, he is currently facing difficulties in securing major fights. This is partly due to the competitive nature of the sport and the timing of opportunities. Ward added, I've heard that Terence has made offers to this dude, so it's tough to say. I got a lot of love for Boots, man, and I think its time is coming, but he's just in a rough spot right now in terms of getting the opportunity. Moreover, former professional boxer Buddy McGirt asserts that Terence Crawford is currently the best fighter at 147 pounds, with Jaron Ennis as a close second.
Speaking of levels, Terence Crawford is looked at as the #1 fighter in the world. Then you have an up-and-comer that's looked at as the next big thing in Jaron Ennis. If that were to happen, how would that play out?
I gotta go with Bud. I think right now 47 Terence is the best, and Ennis is a close second, but right now I still think Terence is the best right now.
McGirt talks about how important experience is in boxing. He compares it to being a NASCAR driver or a quarterback in a tough situation that relies on their experience to make the right decisions. In boxing, when one faces something new or tough, experience helps you handle it better. He believes this is why Crawford has the edge over Ennis right now. Meanwhile, Jaron Ennis is finally learning that the road to a boxing legacy isn't an easy one. With dreams of becoming the welterweight division's next undisputed champion, the Philly boxer seems to have hit the first roadblock. The fight with Brian Norman Jr. has apparently run into a stalemate. Dissatisfied with the fight purse on offer, the newly crowned WBO champion and his team reportedly submitted yet another proposal. Professional boxer Jaron Boots Ennis mentions that an offer was sent to Brian Norman Jr. for a fight, and it was turned down.
Offer was sent 2 days ago.
And no back and forth negotiation, or
offer was sent 2 days ago.
Have you seen or heard about the interviews that they saying that they would take it next if offered?
Somebody sent me something. They said that they said something about like what you just said. And they said something. I heard somebody. Somebody sent me one where he said he'll fight me at home too. We sent offer 2 days ago.
Jaron "Boots" Ennis is intensely focused on becoming the undisputed champion. He expresses that he's indifferent to whether Brian Norman Jr. fights him next or later. He added, "My mindset is focused on WBC, WBO, and WBA. I want to collect these belts." Contrastingly, Brian Norman Sr. claims that they did not turn down a fight with Jaron "Boots" Ennis, countered the offer with a monetary request, and are still willing to fight in Ennis's hometown.
Tell Eddie Hearn, stop talking. It's definitely gonna get the Boots' hands now, because I can't believe he got that pot with that shit. Somehow we turned it. Did y'all see the smugness in the nigga face when he said it? They turned it down. Nigga, stop it. Oh. No, we didn't. You were lied to, sir. We never turned it down, sir. Go talk to your people. Talk to your mans. We ain't turned shit down. Fight is still on the table. Fight still open. We're still willing to fight on the date that you said in your hometown. The fight is ready to go. We waiting on you.
So wait a minute. You gonna go to his hometown and do it to him?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 15,000 fans. Let's get it. It's always been me and my son against everybody else. It's always been us.
He just wants
15,000 booing ass fans. Let's get it.
He wants Eddie Hearn to throw just a couple more points.
That's it. That's it.
Similarly, Brian Norman Sr. clarified that they see the fight not just as a contest in the ring, but as a chance to prove themselves and secure a fair financial agreement. Norman Jr.'s team is determined to fight under their own terms, emphasizing the need for adequate compensation. Norman Sr. added, "The fight is still on the table. Fight's still open. We're still willing to fight on the date that you said in your hometown." Norman Sr. acknowledges the difficulties of fighting in a less than favorable environment, but remains resolute. Their goal is to get a fair deal that reflects the risks and stakes involved in the fight. Despite the challenges and the potential for a hostile reception, they are committed to making the fight happen and ensuring they are properly valued for their efforts. Norman Sr. added, "We want smoke. We want the smoke. I want to give my son a chance to be undisputed at 23. Furthermore, Brian Norman Sr. discusses the potential benefits of taking the fight under the current terms and then renegotiating for a rematch if they win.
Money now.
No, but we're talking about what makes sense. You got to think about the chances he's taking. Like, what we could do is we could wait it out. We could not do shit. We could make him, fight whoever he gonna fight Karen, fight this person, fight that person, and then make it a bigger fight later. You know what I mean? We could do that.
No, I hear you, but you don't feel like you boost his number if he beat the boogeyman?
Absolutely, but my thing is we gonna get paid for going to his hometown is all I'm saying.
Brian Norman Sr. discusses the approach to the fight with Boots Ennis, focusing on the strategic elements of the bout. He debates the benefits of fighting in Boots' hometown versus a neutral location. The concern is that a home crowd and possibly biased officiating could put them at a disadvantage. They are exploring the idea that a neutral venue might offer a fairer setting, potentially leveling the playing field. Norman Sr. added, "Wait a minute, Pop, same deal, different location. Is that possible? Yeah." The one they countered with, "In a different location, absolutely, yes." In addition, Brian Norman Sr. discusses the possibility of accepting a lower offer now, with the understanding that a strong showing in the fight could lead to better opportunities in the future. They consider that proving themselves in this bout could enhance their visibility and create more favorable conditions for future negotiations. Their strategy involves balancing the immediate drawbacks of the fight with the potential for long-term benefits, reflecting a calculated approach to both the current situation and their future prospects. Norman Sr. added, "We should have to, we the champ, he the youngest champion in boxing. You gotta pay us to deal with that kind of mess." Furthermore, Brian Norman Jr. says they quickly made a counteroffer for the fight, but their willingness to fight wasn't recognized in the talks that followed.
Just want to get my dates wrong. When was that interview posted? Done?
Tuesday.
All right, so the interview was done Tuesday, but we also got the offer on Tuesday and sent back our counter offer on Tuesday. So I don't even know if things are able to get that counter offer to even say I accept it or decline. First thing first is we did decline the fight. I mean, not decline, we did accept the fight. We did accept the fight. I didn't call him. My daddy called Bozy and told him himself, yes, we accepted the fight. And my daddy was trying to talk, but Bozy said, whoa, no, we ain't trying to fight right now. We want to say that till undisputed. We want to save that till
Brian Norman Jr. is visibly passionate and assertive about his readiness for a fight. He's clearly frustrated by Boots' dismissive attitude and wants to set the record straight. Brian insists that he's always prepared for any challenge and is not easily intimidated. Brian further explains that his team acted promptly when the initial fight offer was made. They responded with a counteroffer the very same day, demonstrating their willingness and enthusiasm to make the fight happen. Norman Jr. added, "I'll come to Philly just for that fight. Don't forget, every time we ever encountered each other, I pulled up on you all." Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below and subscribe for more content like this.